Hey, what the crap is going on, YouTube? Heir of Carthage here. I'm here with another Empire Total War battle. Hopefully you enjoy this one. I was going to show you another battle as well, but the replay was corrupt. I didn't know they had corrupt replays on Empire Total War, but it was totally corrupted. The battle totally didn't end up the way it should have, so hopefully this one does. I am playing as the Cherokee Nations. Heck yeah, I'm from Oklahoma, so we got some pride of Oklahoma going on here. Now, of course, these guys were originally from the eastern seaboard until they were basically removed and placed in Oklahoma, which was known as Indian Territory back in the day. So I'm gladly representing the Cherokee. I actually grew up in the part of Oklahoma that was settled by the Cherokee, so part of the Cherokee Nation. And actually, I've got some family way back that was Cherokee as well. So not that I'm claiming to be Native American by any means, but I definitely had a great-grandmother who was a full-blood Cherokee. So pretty sweet. I'm trying to represent my ancestors here. Not really my ancestors, but, you know, distant ancestors. I've got a line of rifles, and I've got a line of tribesmen, and I've got a line of warriors, and then a line of medicine men, and then finally a line of Atacapa elite warriors. So these guys say they're pretty elite, but to be honest, these guys are the real backbone of my army right here, these warriors. But my opponent said no more than 5 of a unit type. And obviously, since my opponent picked this map, Anatolia or whatever, he was obviously hosting this nice ranked battle so that he could honorably hill camp with mortar batteries, my bad. So yes, he was going to hill camp with mortar batteries, obviously large number of Grenzers, and a couple of Windbush Jaegers. So this is his very honorable ranked game system here, because you know that it's always fair for you to rank a game on a completely unbalanced map and then bring hordes of artillery. And this is the whole reasoning why. It's because, like, after a couple of volleys, if you bring a traditional type rifle army, you will be absolutely wrecked and you will totally lose, because the Austrians have enormous amounts of firepower. So he's obviously right now sneaking Windbush up onto these little cliffs. This map, I don't even know why CA included this map with Empire Total War, to be honest. This map was like a camper's dream. That's what they should name it. They should rename it like Camper's Paradise or something. Anyway, as far as visible troops, he's got 4 units of line infantry. He's obviously going to have stuff hidden on the flanks too, so that you can't just straight cav charge through them. But typically when people do like campy stuff like this, they do a poor job of defending their position. So if you're going to camp, at least do a good job of it. Now I'm not trying to be mean to my opponent, but I mean his tactic is kind of annoying, and people do this on Empire Total War all the time, and it's really not that fun to play against. I'm trying to make it fun by what I'm doing here, but I mean I'm just saying it's not that fun to play against, because you can't really use traditional type armies and kind of enjoy some strategic gameplay. It's just going to be you attacking a complete and total hill camper. But it is kind of fun watching my men get absolutely blasted to bits by these pretty cool mortar shells. I'm not going to lie. So I appreciate my opponent providing me with that entertainment. And sure enough, here popped out 5 Grenzers and 2 Windbush Jaegers, just like I thought. So nothing surprising there. I've got my Cherokee, or my Creek Horse Riders. The Creek Indians were also in Oklahoma as well. So I got my sweet Creek Horse Riders out here. These guys are actually pretty freaking tough. And they've got carbines basically, so they're going to be some good ones. So my riflemen did their job and absorbed the initial volley from the Grenzers, at which point my tribesmen are now going to charge, and the Austrians are simply not going to have enough firepower to stop my charge. So my opponent fell for this hook, line, and sinker. I don't care what his Windbush Jaegers on the flank do. There is absolutely nothing the Austrians can do at this point to stop my charge. And sure enough, he's got another Windbush unit right there. I can see like bullets coming out of nowhere. So at this point my opponent's artillery is also going to start to become void, because I'm going to be in melee combat with his own men, and here he's going to be shooting at me, but he's eventually going to be shooting his own Grenzers in the back, so this really isn't going to favor him too much. But you can see that my guys are going to get a little thrash coming in here, but as soon as the melee begins, this is pretty much over for my opponent. My Creek Horse Riders are going to get shot at a little bit because I was busy clicking attack orders up front, but I'll show you what I do with them. It actually turns out to be extremely effective. He turns his Windbush around too to start firing at my Creek Horse Riders, so my Creek Horse Riders take some pretty severe hits. But the melee has begun in the center, and at this point, I mean, it's over for my opponent. As soon as these Austrian troops get into melee with these high attack native units, they're just dead. So here my Creek Horse Riders are going to crash into this guard unit. They're going to cause a lot of damage on the charge. And I'm going to take this one Creek Horse Rider unit around and into these Windbush to silence them. This unit got pretty thrashed though, and it's going to be wavering. But it's enough to at least keep these Windbush from firing. And then I'm just going to run my Creek Horse Rider straight through and on into these Grenzers, because I'm not going to give them the chance to fire any more rounds. And then as soon as I disrupt the Grinzers, I'm going to run right over in here into these mortar batteries and start killing them. You can see there's already Grinzers routing from the front lines. His line infantry is now fighting. But you can see that in a melee fight, my guys are just much more well suited, and they're going to be hacking his guys to bits. So here you can see my, whatever you call them, warriors. My regular warriors, and then I've got these Atacapa elite warriors, and then I've got medicine men mixed in here too, because medicine men have a morale boosting effect on the Indian units, and you really shouldn't use the native units without medicine men present. So you can see that now my opponent is just getting completely thrashed on. His guys are eventually going to die here. It's only a matter of time. So my guys have taken some pretty good beating. They're fighting uphill and they're tired. But like I said, the melee advantage will eventually work to my favor. And you can see that my Creek Horse Riders are just absolutely devastating the back lines here. Trashing his artillery crews, wrecking through his units. His guard unit is all the way down to 49 men. His Grenzers are trying to fight when he should have pulled them back to shoot, but it's too late now because I've got these warriors free and they're going to run up here and get into it with these guards. He's trying to get these guards into a square so that it kills my cavalry faster. Kill that drummer boy! Come on, kill him. Kill him. Ah, man, he got away alive. Anyway, this guard square will be tough, but it's not going to be able to hold out against my warriors. That's right. Teach these stinking Austrians to hill camp. In any case, you can see that all of his mortars have routed now, plus they weren't going to be able to do any good anyway because I was in melee. Can't fire on his own men, really. These guys, I came around and surrounded them with my medicine men, so there's the medicine men. Those guys are pretty sweet looking. They boost the morale, like I said, of your surrounding units. Plus, they have actually a ranged tomahawk attack. You just don't usually want to leave them at range because they'll get shot to death by European units. At this point, my opponent, even though he set up the game and got the hill and all the artillery, he quit. And again, I'm not trying to be super mean here. Some of you be like, man, you're really harping on your opponent. I'm just sick of it because like a lot of the battles I play in Empire this way, I got to play those fun battles with Chaos. And so whenever I saw this guy saying that the rules were max 4 artillery and it was on the Anatolia map, I knew that this was what it was going to be. And that's why I brought this Rush army to teach him the lesson that there are definitely ways to overcome someone who camps with 4 mortar batteries. So you mortar campers out there, your days are numbered because eventually the Native Americans will find you and cut you to pieces. Now anyway, good game to my opponent. Like I said, I'm honestly not trying to be mean to you. I was just trying to demonstrate a way to overcome that kind of tactic that's typical. It was a ranked battle. So in any case, Heir of Carthage signing off for now. Hope you all enjoyed this, and I will be back soon with more footage.